What is up, gang? Justin here, aka No Good Comics, and welcome back to the channel. It is another new comic book day edition, and as I always say, it is another great week for comic books, especially the new ones that are coming out. I bought a bunch here over at Zapp Comics. Shout out to my local comic shop. If you guys don't follow Zapp, definitely do so. I put their information in the description below. If you're ever here in Jersey and you're looking for a shop to check out, Zapp Comics is the shop that's worth your while. I highly recommend them. I've been going there for quite some time. If you've been following my channel, you already know. Shop was pretty busy today, and a lot of good books. I got Absolute Wonder Woman. We'll be talking about. I think I got all the covers. But yeah, I've been, trying to go live here a little bit more, especially trying to just highlight some of my favorite pickups for the new year, or for the new, I should say, the new week, each and every week. I feel like it's like Christmas every Wednesday. Gotta love that. I also found a couple of back issues that I'm happy to have in my collection. Pretty relevant stuff, actually, in knowing what we just talked about on Omni X-Men last night. Is one of them. Also wanted to mention that I have a couple updates as far as upcoming shows go for this channel, or for just me being on shows in general. We were supposed to have a show for the Human Target on tomorrow, on Thursday. We are actually going to reschedule that for next Thursday, so whatever that is, the 5th, March 5th, along with my co-host Kate and Dave from Four Corners Comics. So keep an eye out for that. If you have been following me on Instagram, you know I've been posting a lot about Human Target already. We're talking about from Tom King, that run that came out I guess 2 years ago. And I think, do I have some over here? Yeah, I do. This stuff right here, if you guys have never read this, Tom King and Greg Smallwood, really, really fantastic stuff. So me, Kate, and Dave are going to be breaking this down next Thursday, March 5th, at 9 o'clock Eastern on this channel. So if you're interested, if you've never read this before, now's a good time to do so. You can catch up and jump in the chat and share your opinion with us. I can't wait to talk about this. Looking forward to that. The other thing I wanted to mention is I will be over on Sheena's channel, Melanin and Manga, over this Saturday, 5 o'clock Eastern, along with Kelly and Jordan. And of course, Sheena, she is hosting. So we'll be talking about the manga Claymore, which I've never read up until just recently, never heard of up until just recently, when they had mentioned that they were creating kind of a book club for it. So I said, absolutely love those girls, and very excited to read anything and be able to just hang out with them as a whole. So we will be breaking down Claymore volumes 2 and 3. If you guys are manga fans out there, it's really, really good. Like I said, I've never heard of it before, didn't know what I was getting into. I quickly caught up through volume 1 and then jumped into volume 2 and 3. So fairly quick read. So I think if anybody wants to jump in and follow along and be part of that conversation, and join the chat, that is, like I said, this Saturday at 5 o'clock Eastern over on Sheena's channel, which I should put the link down below here in just a bit. Otherwise, happy new comic book day. It's a wonderful time as always. So Zapp always throws in the previews. I always like to keep these because, typically, as you can see behind me, a lot of these little squares or rectangles, I guess, that I have in my BCW short boxes, I usually take the artwork from these, since I don't want to damage any real comics. It's a cool way to still get some cool artwork and modern relevant stuff that I can then add into those slots. So I usually keep the previews for both Marvel and DC and Image, and some of the other stuff too. I have a bunch of these kind of laying around, but you can find some really cool artwork. Again, usually it's the covers of the new stuff that's coming out here in the next couple of weeks or months. So, or you can get some of the reprints, the classic reprint stuff, which is also available. So there's a cool Doom on the back, Doom Quest, coming out here in a little bit. They always throw that in. The stack is a little bit lighter than the last couple of weeks, which is good because they've been the releases have been a lot lately. So this is what I'm kind of working with here at the moment. Where do I start? Like I said, 2 of them are back issues. Technically, one is super modern. The other one is from the 80s. Let's just start at the top of the pile here. So, Phantom of the Opera. This is issue number 1. An Image Comics released. Tyler Boss on the writing and Martin Simmons on the artwork. If you guys, if you know Martin Simmons, everything he's been doing with James Tynion, really fantastic stuff. So his artwork alone is what kind of pulled me into wanting to pick this stuff up. I have no idea. I mean, I know the general Phantom of the Opera. I assume that's maybe based on that stuff. Or I don't know if he changed the story or what Tyler Boss has done in this particular series, but it looks really cool. And yeah, like I said, the artwork here is what I'm all about for Martin Simmons. So really good stuff there. A bunch of covers that they had, I guess, released from. Show you another one. Kind of his like painting type style, or that overall style of his. Definitely some beautiful stuff there. Anyway, so yeah, that was the first one I picked up. That was actually this was like a last minute, walking, doing one more round around the shop, and just happened to see this and didn't realize actually that it was coming out. So yeah. Oh, and I guess I should clarify, it's part of the Universal Monsters, like, stories that they've been releasing. Next one up is Skinbreaker, issue number 6. I have really enjoyed what I've read from this so far. Of course, Robert Kirkman doing the writing, David Finch. That's what really even got my attention, was the artwork on this as well. So I went back. So I read issue 1 probably like 2 or 3 months after issue 1 had come out, and it just happened to still be on the shelf at Zapp. And so I actually read like a portion of it in the store, just standing there to check it out. And the artwork and everything right away is what got me really hooked. So I went back, I bought issues 1, 2, 4, and then 5 was like coming out that day or something like that. And then obviously we're at 6. 3 I had to get from my my other local shop, A&S Comics over in Teaneck. They were able to order that for me. So yeah, I'm all caught up as far as collecting them goes, since this is the new release. I just gotta catch up on reading it now. But the first couple issues definitely had me intrigued right off the bat. My man Ben, what is going on, Ben? Good to see you, brother. Happy new comic book day. Just going over my my pickups of the week. So just some really, again, this is all David Finch greatness here. If you guys are familiar with a lot of his work, love the detail. So I won't put too much out there as far as spoilers go. Some gorgeous variants. I ended up not picking up any of the variants. I've just been going after the cover A's, but like even this one alone, this, like, I am such a sucker for like underwater, like fish or sea monster kind of covers, or that type of genre. So that alone for this particular issue looks really, really badass. Might have to, when I post this, maybe share some Death Clock mermaid or Go Into the Water, if you guys know the band Death Clock and some of their tunes, heavy metal tunes. So that is Skinbreaker issue number 6. I picked up Absolute Martian Manhunter. This is issue number 9. They had just announced, or Scott Snyder had just announced, that they are going to essentially end this series. I didn't even get to really go in detail as to why, or what kind of his background was with why they were going to end it, or when exactly it's going to end. I think in these next couple issues, or whenever this story arc ends. But yeah, I've heard some really crazy things with this series, just as far as like the artwork is like, it's beautiful, it's trippy. The story, from what I've heard, seems to be confusing or kind of all over the place, or I don't know how else to describe it. I haven't read, I haven't caught up with it. I read the first issue, and it was definitely out there, but I was interested. I thought it was interesting to just see where the story was initially going. Again, Absolute series, the Absolute stuff's different universe than your normal Martian Manhunter, for those who read Martian Manhunter. So yeah, I wanted to at least my at this point, my goal is to just buy and read all the Absolute stuff, no matter what it is, because it's all been, to me, I've loved all of it. So no matter what people are kind of putting out there about certain series or issues or whatever, I'm going to give it a shot, and I'm going to collect it because I want to own all of it. So this is just the cover A of the new Martian Manhunter issue. So yeah, eventually we'll catch up to that. The other, I guess I go into the other absolutes. This was the, let me go to cover A here, Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 17. We are just coming off of a really great dual issue set of issues between Absolute Wonder Woman 16 and Absolute Batman 16 that kind of tied in together, where Wonder Woman and Batman are teamed up for the first time in the series. So this is kind of coming off of that now, going into a different direction. And yeah, another beautiful cover. I really love, and I get, or is this, yeah, this is all Hayden Sherman. So Hayden Sherman, I didn't know much of Sherman's work up until this, so I don't know if this was like kind of a launching point for them, or if they've done a lot of stuff previously. But I really enjoy their artwork here, and especially for Absolute Wonder Woman, just seems to fit perfect. So there's just a quick show of the interior stuff. So of course this is cover A, and since Wonder Woman really has been probably top two for me as far as like favorites of the absolutes go, Superman being the other, I think that I had to go. I mean, I've been buying all the different variants. So yeah, there's the Chew variant. This, I forget who did this cover, but really gorgeous stuff. Oh, and I forgot the Absolute Wonder Woman annual had just come out, I guess technically 2 weeks ago. Let me just see. Oh yeah, so this one is Matea de Ulis. Sorry if I'm butchering that. And then Riley Rossmo was this first one I forgot, which Rossmo has really grown on me over the years. So there's just some detail. So Rossmo I thought fit really perfectly with the Stephanie Phillips Harley Quinn stuff that they were doing over the last couple of years, and that's where I kind of discovered Rossmo. So cool to see his take on this character. So yeah, wanted to pick that one up. So yeah, those are all 4 of the issues that had come out. Yeah, Derek Chew, he's just been killing it, man. Really has. Beautiful stuff there. So anyways, those are the Absolute Wonder Woman books. And then lastly, before I get into the back issues, I picked up this Maid Cafe. This is a Keen Spot pickup. I mean, it's bagged here. I don't know anything about it. It looked really intriguing. It comes with a collectible card here on the side. So I'm going to open this up in a little bit. This is Mark Spears. So that was the main reason I wanted to get it. There's the other, I guess, some of the covers in the back there, and some foils, or sorry, some blanks. But I mean, it's Mark Spears. It feels really thin. It feels like there's not a lot to this issue. Again, I don't know much about it. I think it's wrapped because it's a mature audiences, from what it says here. So let me know in the comment section below if you picked up Maid Cafe, if you've read it, if you knew anything about it before today. I didn't, but Mark Spears, I just love his work. So I wanted to pick that up. Collect all 4 exclusive. I didn't realize that. So there are 4 exclusive trading cards, randomly bagged with covers A, B, and C. Great. So if you're into collecting those, then you get 1, and you're gonna have to get the other 2. Could be a dangerous rabbit hole to go down. The other 2 issues that I picked up, one being, or again from the back issue bins, I filled the issue I was looking for Absolute Superman issue number 6. So when this was coming out, I remember not being sure kind of where I stood with the Absolute stuff, and like I was enjoying it, but I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna want to like continue to buy or own all these different series. It's a lot of books, right? So I think around issue 5 was the last one I picked up initially for Absolute Superman. Even though I was really enjoying it, I just thought I would read the rest, digitally. If anyone has been following my channel, you know that I'm a big fan of digital reading. I use a lot of the apps like the DC Infinite app as well as the Marvel Unlimited app. So big fan of those. I pay for subscriptions for both of them. Comixology, well, now it's technically under Kindle, even that. So I like all those. So I just thought, as a way to save room, let me just lean into to the digital side of that for the remaining absolute books. Lo and behold, they all have been series that I just absolutely love, including this one there. I'm just like, okay, I need to own them. So at least the cover A's. So I've been going back little by little, buying up the ones that I missed or passed on. And this was the last one for Absolute Superman. So I'm happy to find that in the collection, or add that to the collection, I should say. Print a first print. That was my goal, is to get cover A first print of at least everything. So that's where I'm at right now. There are a few issues I'm still missing in the let's see, Absolute Flash. I think I'm missing 1 or 2 issues. And then Absolute Martian Manhunter, I'm missing like issues 3 through 6 or 3 through 5, something like that. But I think I have everything else. I gotta see. I have a list. I gotta go back and look at the list. But regardless, happy to have that. I feel much more complete now. And this is my number one right here. This series, Absolute Superman. The others are great, but this one is like Jason Aaron. If you guys are not reading it, Jason Aaron, he did Thor: God of Thunder back in the day, and what's the other one? Southern Bastards. I mean, he has a ton of stuff, but yeah, this is what really got my attention, was just wanting to read this, knowing he was writing it. So there you have it. That was one of them. And then finally, the last issue that I picked up that I wanted to show was the Omni X-Men issue that John and I had broke down last night over on John's channel with our good friend Chinmo from 3 Men in a Basement, and it was Uncanny X-Men 203. This is a tie-in technically from the Secret Wars 2 event. And man, let me just tell you that this book, this is a perfect example of why you should not judge a book by its cover. I will say, and granted, for those who don't know, Omni X-Men, we break down, the omnibus of all the Claremont stuff. We were just coming off of 202, which is technically like a part 1 to this book. And so I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, because to me, Beyonder, I didn't really care for the whole Beyonder stuff. I never read Secret Wars 2. I didn't know kind of where the state of Marvel was at this time, or anything like that. And he just doesn't seem to be a character that I'm like, that I care for. I don't know much about him. I mean, I guess it would help that I read more of it. I know the general idea of him, and I know that he's a god. I know he had set up all the Secret Wars, the original classic series, and everything else. But for them to continue it, and I've always heard things of people just saying like, this is kind of an oak, not that impressive Secret Wars 2 event overall, things of that nature. So I just always passed on this. And the cover's like, it's like not, anything special. I feel like I've always, anytime I've seen this in the back issue bins, I've always just kind of skipped it, or just kept, digging past it. Now that I've taken a little more time to like look at it, I can appreciate kind of the background here, the Phoenix design, and coming out of Rachel here. I do like the concept of how the Beyonder has the actual universe in him, which looks kind of cool. But as a whole, I don't know. I'm not impressed with this cover. It's JRJR. If you know me, I haven't been very impressed with a lot of his work, or a lot of his work's been up and down. There's some stuff I absolutely find, very, very well done. But then there's a lot of stuff as well that I'm just like, that's just not for me. At least, from this era, especially. I mean, even now, I feel like I'm not really a big fan of his, in terms of his artwork. He's a great guy. Seems like a really nice guy. I love his energy. Obviously he's done a lot for the industry, but, anyways, we dove into this last night, over on John's channel. I won't go through all of it, but man, I will say the three of us loved this issue. This was a absolutely fantastic read. I think across the board, we gave it an average of a 9.4. I think Chinmo gave it a 9.6. We always kind of give it a ranking of how much we enjoyed the issue. and we do it on a CGC scale. So Chinmo gave it a 9.6. I gave it a 9.4, and John also gave it a 9.4. We had people in the chat giving it. I think Bobby gave it a 9.9. So yeah, everybody really seemed to enjoy this issue, and I was just really shocked because I going into it kind of judged it and didn't think I was going to like it. And so here we are. So anyways, I found this really nice copy from Zapp, and the beginning was kind of this background or flashback, I should say, from the battle between Rogue and Carol Danvers back when Rogue takes her powers initially and some of her personality from Avengers Annual 10. If you guys have ever read, that's Rogue's first appearance, which was another great issue, a fun issue, but we never got the actual action scenes or the fight scenes to kind of back that. So we get that in this issue here. So that's a big part of it. And then let's see, this was another favorite part of mine, was seeing Kitty Pryde with Illyana's her armor, wearing her armor and carrying the soul sword. So this is taking place on, we learn, well, at least in this, we learn that basically the New Mutants are dead from their series, I guess issues 35 and 36 or whatever the tie-ins were for that, New Mutants. And basically they were erased from memory. And the only person that can recall who they are is Kitty, because she has this connection, this mind connection with Illyana, I guess before she had passed. So she can still recall this. But when Rogue runs into her and she's like, Kitty, what are you up to? And she's like, hey, like, I got to help. We got to figure out a way to get the New Mutants back. And Illyana, she's like, who are you talking about? I have no idea who Illyana is. So pretty crazy stuff there. But I love the suit and everything. I need more Kitty Pryde in the armor and soul sword from Illyana. So anyways, I'm not going to go through all this stuff, but man, this is actually a really clean copy. Really nice white pages here. This is when she goes around and essentially takes the life from all of our favorite heroes. Look at Wolverine passed out. Yeah. When I first saw this, I was like, there's no way anybody just sneaks up on Wolverine when he's sleeping like that. But then I saw the beer cans. And I was like, okay, all right, maybe he's had a night. Seems like he's had a night. Anyways, and then we get this gorgeous spread page. And we talked about this too. Man, oh man, this was absolutely beautiful. This was the essentially the representation of all life throughout all the universes, ever. And Rachel being the Phoenix, wanting to essentially sacrifice all life and take all power to stop the Beyonder, and basically being talked off the ledge thanks to Storm, who played a massive part in trying to talk sense into her, saying like, how do you even know that this will work? You're just gonna risk everybody else's life to, for this monster. We understand that this guy's a monster and all, but it's not worth it. And so, JR does a really amazing job with the details of this, of seeing all the different aliens and characters and just representation of the universe, and all their thoughts. And, Storm basically saying like a lot of these creatures and living beings aren't even aware of you, and you're just going to take their life away just to try to defend or stop or kill this yonder god or whatever. So anyways, it was really just an amazing splash page, or spread. And then you get this cool splash page over here, which kind of continues that, and you get to see the split kind of personality, or I guess mindset, of Rachel, part of her wanting to not do this and the other side of her wanting to do this. And up at the very top here, I'm going to read this part again. I read this last night. It says, she has never been more afraid, more completely alone, and yet she is not alone, as another voice speaks to her. And this is again Storm going into it and explain and talking sense into her to not do what she is trying to do here in taking out the universe. But I just love the detail of the stars and everything in the silhouette. Like it's just so gorgeous. And again, knowing that Rachel, she's gone through some real heavy stuff. Rachel is like, we know she's from a different future. If you reference back to Days of Future Past and everything else, she's traveled back from that time period. She's witnessed all her friends and family die in front of her, and she herself was used as a tool for human beings to kill other mutants, all from her past self or her past life. So she's scarred with a ton of things. So she has a lot of built up anger and everything else. And now, now in with the current X-Men team and dealing with all the different dramas that, they're dealing with, like her seeing Cyclops and him not realizing that's his daughter and all these other things, like crazy, crazy stuff. Northwood Comics in the chat. What's going on? Good to see you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Just going over some new comic book stuff, and then this was just the issue I picked up in the back issue bin, so I wanted to show it a little bit because we just talked about it last night over on John's channel. So, anyways, this issue was just holy smokes, and it's just super heavy. Really, really powerful stuff. And again, for the fact that it was about a character who I didn't really care for, Beyonder. I mean, I was all about this, and you just have to accept that. Okay, this is a big deal. Like this issue and this event is, the stakes are that high, and I mean, it's not fair that I didn't read all the other Secret War stuff to kind of be at this point, and whether it was good or not, like. I think it does help when you just accept that and you say, okay, I get it. This whole thing is like life or death, the biggest of big deals that's happening right now. And you just got to kind of go with it with a guy like Beyonder. Like even this is when he shows up towards the end, and you can see over on this side, sorry, I'm messing up here. Wolverine and Colossus are basically like, oh shoot, he shows up and they're like ready to die. They're just like, okay, this is the final bout right here. This is the end all be all. Let's do this. And then it ends up not being this grand battle because people like Kitty and Wolverine and Storm step up, and of course Rachel really step up and make some sense with Beyonder. And in this case, even though he's this great god-like being, he has a lot to learn. He has a lot to learn coming from human beings, from the living that have the threat of death looming in the background, whereas he is immortal. So really, really good stuff. Anyways, I rambled a lot about this issue, but I just loved it. So if you ever get a chance to read X-Men 202, 203, that combination, it is way better than, 202 I thought was a solid issue. I forget what grades we gave it. I thought it was okay, but this one really, like a damn near perfect issue. If it just had a better cover, I think it would be a damn near perfect issue. So really powerful stuff. Anyways, I think I rambled too much at this point. We are getting ready because tonight is the kickoff of Survivor season 50. So Lady No Good and I are very excited for Survivor. So we'll be wrapping up. I'll be wrapping up here to go get ready to watch that. It's a 3-hour issue here. So, and my dog is whining. He wants to play a little bit. So we got Sheena in the chat. Melanin and Manga. Sheena, I was just shouting out the Saturday show. Looking forward to that. Really excited to talk some Claymore with you and the ladies. So definitely looking forward to that. And then I think that's it. Just showing off the rest of my new comics. As I always say, it's a great week for comics. And hopefully everybody got to pick up some good stuff along the way. Or if you're waiting for stuff, I know some people don't have LCSs, they have to order stuff online, and so do what you got to do. Or if you read digitally, maybe you already started reading, good for you. I can't wait to jump into this Absolute Wonder Woman issue and catch up on the Martian Manhunter and all that stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. In the meantime, I'm going to go read some more Chainsaw Man too, because I've been hooked on the Chainsaw Man stuff. I am almost done with volume 4 right now. So anybody that's reading that, crazy Makima and all them. Anyways, appreciate everybody. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'm gonna keep doing these. I guess, you know, for the foreseeable future, try to get these Wednesday live streams going. There he is, John. John, you just missed me go through the entire. I just like rebroke this issue down on this stream right here. I got a copy from, thanks to Zapp Comics. They had a really nice crispy copy. So I was just flipping through the pages before and just showing all these gorgeous panels that we talked about last night. So anyways, love that issue, man. So happy to have that in the collection. Technically it is a direct edition, so I will still need to find a newsstand at some point. So we'll see. Yeah, you guys are late. Bueller in the chat. What's going on? Comics with Bueller. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up because we're getting ready to go watch Survivor. So hope all is well. Happy New Comic Book Day, and smash that like button. Until next time, I'll talk to you later. Peace.